If you look at this vehicle, this four-door sedan looks to be maybe charcoal gray, zooming through that red light without a care in the world there. But you notice significant damage already done to this alleged stolen vehicle. So the question is, did this happen throughout the pursuit as this person weaves his way or her way in and out of the cars here? Very congested neighborhood. It looks like maybe there's somebody in the back seat as well. You see those windows down. Significant damage. Looks like the bumper's already off. Did this happen during the pursuit or prior to the vehicle being stolen?
Yeah, and the way that this driver is driving in circles, often in these sorts of situations, that is signifying that the driver maybe lives nearby or has some sort of relationship with the neighborhood, and then they drive around areas that they are familiar with. We have joining us now on the phone is Tim Lin, who is somebody who's been a part of these pursuits, both covering them for local news in the air and being a part of them as a member of law enforcement in the air and on the ground. Tim was with us last night at 10 p.m. as we watched a pursuit together, and now we're watching one at 4:42 in the afternoon. Tim, this is a very different pursuit. Last night's was on the freeway. This one seems to be all side streets, and this guy going through stop signs, driving pretty wildly.
Yeah, it's one of the pursuits that is very dangerous due to being on surface streets, high rates of speed, and going through intersections, as you said. This one here looks like it's gone into surveillance mode because I'm not seeing any black and white units behind the car. So LAPD or the pursuing units here.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Bicyclist. Oh, and
wow.
a pedestrian.
Man, it was close. Anyway, and then gone into surveillance just because of that. They're not trying to get him to drive faster by seeing units behind him. But as you can see, even when they back off on the ground, the driver continues on in a very reckless manner. So very high-speed, dangerous pursuit here we have through the south end of L.A.
Well, so this is, for our viewers, this is East 101st Street and McKinley Avenue. This is according to our Extreme Nav technology via Skyfox. Tim, when we talk about bringing these to an end, this idea of going into tracking mode or surveillance mode, what is the working strategy behind the scenes for law enforcement when you see a car driving so recklessly a busy time of day like this?
Well, the strategy is if they black and white stop chasing on the ground, they hope that the suspect will think he's gotten away with it and will go to ground, basically abandon the car and then go on foot. But with a helicopter overhead and the units staying on side streets and away from it, they'll be able to respond very quickly. But we've seen in the past here where they've used this method and there's such a delay of the ground units getting in there, there's a good chance that they can get into the neighborhood, get to a friendly site and hide. But the one thing they're trying to do now is protect the motoring public.
Watch out. Okay, now we're going the wrong way through an intersection. Oh my gosh. Just missed there. And the danger, Tim, in doing this as well, to go into tracking mode, is that there are no sirens that are blaring. Right. And when you have the sirens going through an intersection, it gives a warning to all the drivers nearby. Be alert, wake up, get off your phone, look around, something's happening. And without that, these drivers have no idea that this person's coming.
I agree with you totally on that, and that's one of the things they have to weigh. But if you're in behind him, chasing him, the unit there, it's on a side street, yeah, just kind of paralleling, so keeping track of the area he's in. But it's a double-edged sword. You know, if you chase him and he hits somebody or your units hit somebody, there's a lot of liability involved there. If you let him go and he ends up crashing into somebody, you're going to get sued anyway. You see how the units are just traveling really slowly, just kind of waiting for him to go to ground, so the ground unit is going to watch it. And I might add, the reason why the shot is the way it is right now, media helicopters are not allowed into the LAX airspace while there is a pursuit underway. So that's why Skyfox can't get over the top of the pursuit as you'd normally see. And the problem is, with this long shot, they'll end up losing him. And this is very difficult for the pilot of the news helicopter.